All right, folks, welcome back to Division 2 of the 70-Star League here at the Global Speedrun Association. I am joined by none other than the myth, the man, the legend, D whatever. D, how'd your runs go this week?
I would say they were pretty okay.
Very interesting.
All right, I would say, yeah.
Oh, all right. Any special news you wanna share with us?
I might have gotten what record, if that's what you're talking about, but
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, very interesting.
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, you're pretty good.
No, we got JJsrl versus Tama. So, what are you thinking? JJ's been doing pretty good, I would say. Like in the mid part of it, as you can see, 6th place. Not too bad. Tama might have had a little bit of trouble finishing races so far.
Yeah, unfortunately. You know what I think would probably be a good strat is actually we could sell this on the GSA merch shop as the timer starts for both racers. Is like a little cap, like just like a bottle cap with the GSA brand logo on it, and it's just a cap that's big enough that like when you start a race on speed, like a GSA race, you just put it on top of your reset button. So if like reflexively you die and bounce into the dark world, you just like slam your hand down and it just hits the bottle cap.
Damn. I mean, pretty sure that would prevent Tama from resetting instinctively what would actually happen. Exactly. I still can't believe like that was the fastest reset I've ever seen. It's sad, but yeah, that was fast. I got the timer synced up, and we are about to start this race. Well, it already started, but you know, first straight coming up.
Indeed.
But yeah, I'm thinking that JJ might pull out on this one. He's been playing super consistent from what I've seen.
Ooh, both players making lucky to skip.
Very nice. Sync lucky to skip. And Tama has been more like the kind of guy to go for insanely good strats and fast optimizations, but more on the inconsistency side of things. So yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out, of course. I'm nailing the. Don't want to say that this is 100% on JJ's end. Oh, with a decent bomb clip, top of the medium bomb, but didn't really lose time at all.
Yes, indeed. Definitely, in the interest of staying focused on what is going on in the race, and both of these runners and the absolute caliber want to do total justice to them. Very, very, like, kind of industriously honed in, specifically on the action going on here. Kind of walk us through what was going through your head in like the later stages of your world record run.
Oh, honestly, I'm not too sure. My heart was going crazy, of course. Like, and then entering the pipe on throws, it almost stopped, and everything I could do, like, just focus on the one thing you're doing right now and don't think ahead. Don't think about what could happen. Just think about nailing everything and how to go about that.
One step at a time, for sure.
Exactly.
Speaking of one step at a time, both players each locking in a 12.7 for good measure.
Not too bad. Oh, the lucky number 7.
Indeed, very lucky.
And now into warms. Let's see how this is gonna go. Hard stage, like I don't know. Maybe most people reset in this stage. Might be the case, but it is the case. But yeah, we're going for full setup, so should not be any trouble there. Very nice.
Yes, indeed. Womp's Fortress, the #1 sponsor of time loss in Mario 64 speedruns. You could say that Womp's Fortress is the Onyx.TV of Mario 64 time loss.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta check in and get those points as JJ trying to nail Owls, but sliding off. I was about to say nailing Owls, but I figured something could go wrong. This Tama's having a decent start to his 100 coins. got the pro cycle. Just didn't grab the 5 coins in the beginning, what you could do. But just makes this cycle a little bit harder.
Ooh.
Missing the wall kick, but he's fine. Gotta take it a little bit slower.
Indeed. Commentator breathing a sigh of relief that it looks like neither of these players will be getting a 46 in this race before he has the opportunity to.
I think it's still a little bit away, but who knows? Maybe JJ is maybe JJ is gonna just pull it off, or Tama.
Oh, you know how sometimes players casually skip 49, 48, and 46.
Pretty much. Speaking of which, yeah, these both of these have a 50. Tama actually has a 15-15, a 50-15, and JJ with a 50 flat, so 50 seconds difference only. I don't know if either of these runners has been playing much lately in terms of PB attempts. Yeah, I haven't heard anyone of them like PBing recently.
Ooh, a 49.05 according to Padronis.
Oh, okay. Speedrun.com. Hello.
I don't understand runners who get PBs and don't submit them immediately. Like, I did the thing. I want credit for it. I swear to God. Like, I don't care if I have to, like, meet with my lawyer or I have to, like, answer in court to, like, felony charges. The first thing I'm doing is going to speedrun.com. I am submitting and cutting a VOD of that Twitch speedrun. And probably paying a hefty contempt of court fine in the running.
Yeah, it's kind of, I can kind of see it. You just sort of forget about it because at the end of the day you think that you can improve it anyways, and that's how I saw myself when I wasn't so close to like the top players. I was just like, I can improve this anyways, why should I submit? Like, gonna PB every day again, sort of like that. Like, it's not that crazy good, you know? So maybe just
For
thinking
sure.
it like that. But I always like having a clean leaderboard now, at least now as well.
BDF outing commentators to any staff who might be in the chat. Certainly keep an eye out for the police, for the popo.
Oh, I've actually gotten a message that JJ has a 49.06 because Padronis again said he had a 49.08. So yeah, JJ actually messaged me and he got a 49.06. So.
Very interesting.
A lot better than his speedrun.com PB, so damn.
I wonder what it's like to have the passion of a competitor who simply wants to beat his previous time and isn't honestly just doing it for the attention. Very interesting to find out what that's like. Part of the reason I've turned this race into a pseudo interview with the whatever who also notoriously humble about being an absolute god.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
I think we, I don't know, I just like to focus on the race, personally. And I was about to say as well, like, they both got sub-7 warms. Decent race times, by the way. Just gonna throw this in. I almost forgot.
Looks like Tama picking up that 12.7 and JJ getting a 12.8.
Not too bad, not too bad. Not such a big lead as well. Like, I like to see that in warms nothing major really happened except for JJ falling down on Owlus. It's not too bad. He backed it up very nicely.
Yeah, indeed. Sub-7 WAP's always a very, very strong showing.
Ooh, JJ. I don't know how he grabbed that first red, but that was pretty good. With his fingertips, just grabbed the first one as well. Sort of lucky, but he got it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, hitboxes can certainly be quite fickle. Pardon my language.
Especially with like flying, where if you grab that much speed with the wing cap, it's quite hard to control. So you definitely wanna grab those first 2 red coins, because that's like the hardest part of the wing cap stage. And missing them is around like 4 seconds lost. So good on JD. And into Dark World. Now, what's up with the stage? Fantastic. Is this like, would you say it's a hard stage? Or?
I would say it is definitely a very mechanically intensive stage. I would say it is a particularly reset-heavy stage in regular runs, and then for Tama a little bit beyond that. Looks like JJ going here for a budget Shigeru cycle here.
And Tama's well got a very nice kick cycle, and
Yeah, very
this
nice.
time, pretty hot duck roll from both.
Yeah, indeed, Tama picks up the star, manages not to touch his power button. So I would consider this a win.
Pretty much, yeah. He's actually playing so well, and I hope that any mistake won't like mess him up. That's something that happens very easily in races. You just kind of lose focus, or just whenever, I guess, when you make a mistake, even when you do PB attempts.
Oh, dance gang from JJ.
And the power throw as well.
True, capitalizes.
That was kind of weird how it looked like he didn't fall onto the bomb, but he really like got thrown into it, you know what I mean? It's like, usually you see Bowser falling down for a little bit before it hits the bomb, or... Am I imagining that? Maybe it's different in Dark World. Maybe it's just Southern Bits where he falls forever. Ooh, Tower of the nice beginning, but misses the speed kick.
Oh yeah, I can lose a little speed there.
Not bad.
Yeah, it doesn't lose all of his speed. I call that a Shan speed kick, where technically I got a kick while continuing to move and not stopping. But might as well have just held down my controls.
As it technically was a dive though, but we take those.
Was a valid dive. So.
He needs sky jump afterwards as well, so pretty clean sky jumps from both actually. Interesting to see I'm still very close.
Yeah, both players really buckling down.
Into a pretty chill stage, and I don't know if it's just me, but I've never been going for Little Penguin first, and I see so many players do it before 100 coins. And it's weird to me. That's the kind of phenomenon I don't understand.
Wait, you do Little Penguin after 100 coin?
Yeah, I do Little Penguin last, always. Is that weird? Am I like the only one who does that?
Alright, looks like we just got word in from speedrun.com. It looks like Do Whatever's run is actually going to be invalidated because only humans are allowed to participate, and it is clear that he is not from this planet. Anyone who does the Little Penguin after the 100 coin star, clearly not from the planet Earth.
Maybe JJ's on my side though, please JJ. I don't want to be the only one.
Looks like JJ going for that nice little CCM 18.
Tama has missed. Yeah, Tama's going for CCM 17, and he's missed the first red coin, which is not too bad. He can just grab this red coin instead as a backup, which is kind of fast. Maybe don't want to punch like that, but that's not too bad.
Hakase in the chat also outing himself as an alien. JJ does the penguin.
Before 100 coins, man. I guess there's only you and me, Hakase, who do the penguin last.
Do whatever, and Hakase obviously going to be on the forefront of the fight for extraterrestrial rights in Mario 64.
Yeah, there's not really much happening in CCM. Just a coin miss from Tama. Kind of what you expect. Unless you do the penguin race with 100 coins, what JJ is about to do. There's a lot that can go wrong. I've seen the penguin fall off, the penguin push Mario to the side so that you miss too many coins. All sorts of that kind of stuff that just loses you way too much time. Oh, and JJ going for the safety red. And miss two more coins.
I certainly agree with that decision. Generally speaking, we did see it not pay off for Zine, who did lose time to Drogi, didn't get the safety red, and wound up saving a little time over his opponent. But generally, safety in a marathon, not a bad strategy.
Definitely, you gotta like be ready to mess up anything at any point. So just going with a little bit of time loss for a little bit more safety is definitely a good call. Like you can't reset,
Sure.
you can't just erase that mistake that you did. You gotta continue till the end. And it looks like JJ is completely fine. 1 coin too much. Gonna spawn the star a little bit further back. But with a good long jump, he should be fine. It's not that easy to hit it though.
Yeah, 1 coin too much, not a huge problem. 2 coins too much, a huge problem. But did not ever run into that point.
Looking good. And the rods are gonna convert in SSL again. Pretty sure Tama does double Tama plus. After all, inventor of this strat. Should feel confident about it.
And yeah, we got JJ gonna be joining his opponent out in the backyard.
As Tama actually already finishes, yeah. Just like kind of quick stage. And the penguin race does take quite long. So the lead shouldn't have changed too much.
Certainly not. Meanwhile, JJ here trying to make ends meet in Benny's backyard house.
I've never heard BBH being called like that. I gotta remember that name. I'm pro Benny's backyard.
I'm a big fan of Benny's backyard hut.
But yeah, as JJ finishes up those 2 short stars in BBH, Tama is already gonna go into SSL, meeting with Pillarless, one of the other reset heavy tricks in the game. It's just a hard trick. Not what to say. Gotta grab a big bomb preferably if you wanna not make it even harder for you. That's a medium bomb, and yeah, Tama does not want that kind of speed because you like gotta ground pound 1 more time, and it's harder to hit the double jump at the end, I would say, because of the weird spacing.
Yes, indeed. It is called a speed run, not a saunter your way up the pyramid textile run.
Pretty much, so gonna try, but that is a little bit scary though, because he's only got 1 more backup in case he messes up Pillarless again. So that's looking good. Was sliding for too long and pressed A too late on the double jump. Let go of the bomb, oh no. That might actually put JJ in the lead.
Yes, indeed. Tama, like a poorly placed shot in Golf Clash, lands himself in the sand bunker and is gonna have to retake that shot.
The angle does not look good, and he can't get up. Slides down to the death pit.
Tama really struggling, and with his own trick to boot. Super rough.
Let's hope he gets it together. But that's what happens so easily on plus. Ooh, not getting Tama plus this time, going for a regular. Pillarless instead. Looking good. Gets the double jump, and he should be fine. But yeah, that's only 1. He's got 1 more to go if he doesn't opt out of it. As JJ nailing that first try, Pillarless, making up so much time.
And JJ takes the lead with that.
Easily. He saved so much time.
Oh wait, though, Tama does have a backup star, so...
Sorry, what's the backup star?
I was saying that Tama got a backup star earlier, so... I mean, yeah, so I'm not sure if he has the lead here. I guess you...
Oh, he should definitely, like, 2 deaths.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now making a second, the lead is not too big.
Yeah,
however, JJ still only got atop the pyramid, shining atop the pyramid left, and that's a little bit faster than Talon, what Tama is left. But yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad for Tama, honestly.
Yeah. Tama does have Talon, and JJ has the 2nd fastest star in the game, so... Or the one of the 4 or 5 definitely fastest stars in the game. So it looks like JJ has at least a few seconds on his opponent.
What is Tama doing? He forgot he got shining atop the pyramid though.
Oh no.
Realizes it and now has to wait 4 hours for the bird. This is the kind of backup you do if you mess up pillars. It's waiting for too long.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately not. The muscle memory, most likely. He most likely thought he already had Talon.
That is so rough. And Tama, who just 2 minutes ago was monumentally ahead in this run. or well, at least significantly ahead, now suddenly is looking at a very different situation.
Just like that. More than a whole star behind JJ now. It's actually, like, considering he died 3 times, the lead doesn't even look that big, in my opinion. But I hope that Tama keeps it together. I'm really glad that he's still continuing. He's had rough races before as well, and reacted a little bit different then. So that's looking good at least.
Very true. JJ picks up a nice clean long jump boost.
But Tama going for the Akira boost here. Damn.
Yeah, picks up the bro boost here.
Oh, pro boost, my bad. Akira versus the other one that looks similar, but you go to the left side instead of the right side of the lava fall.
Indeed. I thought they were both pro boost. I was not.
Oh, I'm actually also not too sure which is which. I was confused those two, but I think you are right. That's
Whatever you say. Whatever you say, you're correct.
I mean, I got what record. I have to be correct.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Okay. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for JJ now. It's like gonna be interesting to see how big the lead is after this lava land.
Co-commentator clearly put on his red tinted sunglasses. Clearly a little spike in that confidence. Like to see it. Tama gets a 0 ledge grabs. That star.
Ooh, and oh my god, that was actually looking like a really good setup for the double kill, but unfortunately misses 2. Got a good backup kick though.
Well, Tama probably really hates those bullies. Wants to strike a little terror into them. There's nothing worse than the adrenaline that rushes through your feet as you're teetering on the edge of molten lava, apparently, before you get pushed in.
Ooh, JJ was really close to hitting the lava there. Yeah, makes it happen. Same strat for Tama, like both going for the long jump. Reds.
Indeed, little seemingly little gap, but JJ certainly has still quite the lead. Going for the last star. Bully the bullies. It is the longest star here, but
it's weird to see the kind of difference in I feel like every player does a different star order in the lava land.
I swear to every heavenly celestial force that has or hasn't existed.
Oh my god! No.
Oh my god!
I don't even know how he managed to fall down there. That's so unfortunate. At least he's gonna spawn in the volcano. In the volcano again.
No, that's insane. That's unfortunate, but hopefully Tama can recover it back. Gets a little dive, picks it up, gonna be finishing up here.
4 deaths in 2 stages. That's super sad.
Yeah, it's
but yeah,
rough.
as we were saying, like
no, I was saying that
different style.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I've ever had 2 lethal lava lands in a row where I did the same star order.
Oh, you actually switched them up yourself?
It's not even on purpose. It's just like I just do every star on a whim. I don't have a set star order, and for some reason, I just do a different order every time.
Damn. Oh, I don't do like that, but I see other runners, like, everyone has a different star themselves that they stick to. And nice ground pound strat by Tama, by the way, on the bully. Yeah, well out. But yeah, I like to, like, for example, start off with reds and then do the wing cap star, lava boost, I guess, and then... And JJ just finished with the bully star, for example. I don't know. Tama, on the other hand, as well, finished with a completely different star. It's just interesting to see how many, like, variances there are. Different variants there are.
It also, like, at least for me, LLL, the star order, like, really depends on how I'm feeling that day, specifically, where it's like, there are days where my lava boost doesn't feel so great, so I'll just be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get lava boost out of the way real quick. But then other times I'm like, you know what, I want to do, like, the wing cap star first this time, just because it's a nice star to do first. And then other times I'm in, like, 16 star mode, where I go straight for red coins, so it's really interesting. Yeah, how that dynamic winds up working out.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really think about that, but there are so many different things you can do in level up because the starter doesn't matter at all. You can just do whatever you want, pretty much. Whereas in Worms, you need to spawn the tower at the end because it causes some lag.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
Yeah, and in Womps, it's like you need to keep Wobloo open for a backup to your cannon list. So typically, like, the only star order change is between Cannonless Owless and 100 Coin, and then everything else is kind of a rigid order.
Pretty much, yeah. Alright, no Mentor Troll on JJ's end. Looked a little bit sketchy, but yeah. He's good now. There we go. Also, Tama, I think, is going for a side sub once again. Let's see if he can get it this time, and nails it. Nice. I've seen in his last race, I believe, he was actually sliding down, so...
He needed that.
Definitely.
No, that's a big old pog.
I don't think anyone else goes for it. Definitely a big pog there. Like, most people either go, ooh, JJ missing the elevator, also a little struggle getting down.
Yeah, that's probably the end of Lava Boost here.
Yeah, might actually not get Lava Boost early alleys anymore. Oh, he's actually looking. He might... Not going for it, yeah, that looked
brave. He's not going for it.
Just way too close. Because if you're too late, then you're just gonna bounce off the elevators and lose even more time. So might as well just take the early alleys without the Lava Boost.
In fact, his movement was so good. I feel like there was like a non-zero chance. I think he could have gone for the side flip. Obviously not choosing to risk it. I don't really blame him. That was a really good part of that cycle.
Ooh, and Tama looks like he's gonna... Okay, that was an interesting dive. But I think he's still on for Lava Boost early, so he's gonna save a decent amount of time over his opponent.
Yeah, can we get some IAS in chat, because that was a huge movement.
Oh my god, dude, I was actually scared. His camera looks so weird. And he got so much dust on his movement that he was actually almost gonna miss the early alleys.
And that is the worst place to get an irregular camera, because if your camera's in the wrong place, it's gonna get blocked by the rising platforms, and then you can't see Mario, and then you go into panic.
Exactly. That was interesting, but it worked out. Just slop at the end, unfortunately. Didn't get the perfect ending. Did save some time over JJsrl, so that's nice to see. Looks like it's around like 30 seconds, 40 seconds of a difference. Okay, 26:52 entrance for JJ. I'm gonna keep an eye out for Tama. He's gonna get a 3 entrance.
On in through this upward door.
Oh my god! That's another like 15 seconds lost. 20 seconds.
Tama misses the Bowser throw, and that is gonna drive a wedge between these players. And speaking of drivers and wedges, grab the clubs and hit the links in Golf Clash. Download it through the Onyx app. Unlock all sorts of new clubs. Unlock a free sub.
If I got $1 for like every time you did an Onyx transition to an Onyx ad, then I think I would be rich at some point.
Probably.
Okay, it's around 50 seconds of a difference after Fire C. So yeah, that missed throw just really hurt Tama.
Indeed, and JJ picking up these secrets.
I could get 100 gift subs by now, exactly. I would be rich.
Listen, let's make it happen. If we produce enough ROI, enough returns on Onyx investments, and grow them into a big enough company, maybe we could organize that deal where every time I shill for Onyx, do whatever gets an entire $1.
That would actually be insane. But yeah, that was a decent Guitar 100 for JJ. Still a bit of slop, but nothing too major. That's what I like to see, because there's a lot that can go wrong just because of the RNG, I would say. coins can trick you just walking off, for example. Oh, yo. Just Speeders, thank you so much for the subscription. There we go. Every time there's an Onyx sponsorship announcement, someone has to sub. Let's go.
True. Chat making big promises, big financial investments on behalf of D whatever. Not sure how I feel about that. It looks like D whatever not really getting a say in how his money is spent.
It happens. Meanwhile, Tama82 had really good, well, maybe not that good Skeeter RNG.
It was pretty solid, like a Skeeter on the Switch. Maybe moved away from him a little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe if he like got the Switch instead, if the Skeeter would actually had moved into his ground pound sorta. That would have been the godlike RNG. When the interesting camera angles coming out. No lag.
This was the same angle that JJ had.
No lag.
Very interesting. Yeah, generally when I get good skater RNG, even if it's on like the side, not in front, I generally just like to kill the skater because I don't know where it's gonna be heading while I'm breaking the switch. But that's also like kind of runner preference because it's not super likely that your RNG is gonna go super bad.
Oh, that's true. Nice. Good thing Tama had that spare coin. You can only miss one coin in total during my drive 100, so could just let go of that one go since he grabbed every coin beforehand.
Tama going to be picking up that secret star because, of course, when you spawn a star, it does save time to pick it up as well.
Might be debatable. I'm not too sure about that.
Commentator really making us question his category knowledge. Gonna have to
already, like,
credentials.
I feel like you threw me under the bus with that one.
Not too sure about that.
But yeah, it seems like the lead didn't change too much in Winter World. Both had a pretty solid one.
And Eden and JJ and me going up here into the little pipe.
After clean secrets. Ooh, actually going for the mountain clip? Okay, never mind. He was baiting me. It looked like with that camera, usually people go for the mountain clip strat, but JJ just didn't wanna. Probably doesn't go for it usually.
Pretty clean secrets from Tama.
Looking good. But yeah, JJ already done. Almost. Jumps in the water though. A little bit of time to save. Can be saved by Tama if he gets decent beginnings.
Tama with some avant-garde movement.
As I say that, Tama just falls into the water. Okay then. But he does go for the mountain clip. Gets the punch though, not getting the dive. Doesn't go for the mountain clip after all.
Indeed, Tama, a big fan of the inappropriate B presses category. And JJ gonna be headed here into Tall Mountain.
Scary stage. It's probably the hardest upstairs stage. If you... either it's Retro World 100 itself is the hardest stage, or TTM in upstairs. Before Tippy, that is. If you don't count Tippy. It's like so much that can go wrong in TTM. And yeah, the time losses are big. Ooh, that looked like JJ was gonna fall off as well. But barely makes it in the water.
And JJ gets a wall kickless ledge grab. And a breathtaking view of the bridge, as he does not use the bridge.
Who needs the bridge anyways?
And Tama gonna be talking to Todd.
Oh, JJ has such a weird approach on this. He flies so far, like, behind the first water pit. It looks like he almost falls off and just into the death zone. He's fine though. Ooh, no dive on the triple jump. Interesting. Doesn't want to dive into the star.
Yeah, looks like Tama opts for the side flip dive.
I wonder if his angle was just messed up and he decided to go for the ledge grab because of that.
Speaking of angles, looking at the way that JJ's like entire body is facing his monitor, and then oh no!
Speaking of JJ, takes a massive fall on TTM Reds. It's not gonna put him behind, but massive time loss and very good for Tama.
Very good for Tama indeed. Yeah, dying on TTM Reds is very demoralizing. Pretty much no matter what the context. But nice, clean retake. But yeah, his head's turned almost all the way right. That's a very interesting, like... very interesting. Just to be like looking like... That's the same angle that I have my TV screen relative to my monitor. And I always turn toward my TV, right?
Yeah, because it's more comfortable, I would say. And yeah, it's kind of weird too. I don't think I could do that to my neck. Looking to the right or left the whole time. Ooh, decent reds for Tama. Had to dive into the star, but a lot better than JJ made up decent amount of time.
Looks like JJ listening to the stream because does adjust his posture a little bit to make that angle slightly more comfortable. Taking advice from the commentators, even though this is a pre-recorded match. Very impressive skills from JJ, honestly. Transcending time and space.
Traveling back in time a little bit. I haven't seen that strat before yet. Ooh, also not going for breezeless, just gonna take the breeze. No problem there. Let's see Tama. Oh, that I don't know if I like that camera angle. Yeah, he didn't even get the wall kick on the right wall because of that angle. Couldn't even get it. But he's quite close, like not too far behind JJ now.
Ooh, JJ not quite able to get that triple jump.
Does manage to get the backup though. Was ready for it.
Nice.
I've seen a lot of players like struggle with that, getting the wall kicks because the camera behaves so weird there and sometimes moves around. Just yeah, how you wouldn't expect it. Ooh, and Tama of the ledge rat. Gonna have to back it up with the freeze. It seems like yep.
And Tama picking up that deep freeze star. And JJ, meanwhile, finishing off the last bully.
That's an interesting star coming out from JJ. Usually,
yeah.
Like in SL, I see everyone finishing with Chill of the Bully, except JJ. Ooh, Tama though.
Tama?
No,
oh.
Tama no. Sadly, no. No.
Like even myself, I finished with in the deep freeze, always. But then because of peer pressure, I saw everyone else finishing Chill with the Bully, and I really was like, seriously, why is everyone finishing Chill with the Bully? And it became kind of a it became kind of one of those like psychological studies about like the people who always stand up when everyone else stands up, and kind of how social pressure can really change despite like not having a reason to change your behavior. I just started doing Chill with the Bully, and I had no reason to. Certainly succumbing to a little peer pressure there as Tama mercifully finishes up this whirl from the freezing pond.
Only one Chill with the Bully behind JJ now. As JJ is gonna head back into basement to finish off HMC. And it looks like they are on around 50 pace. Someone was asking what pace they are on. And JJ is, I think, on a 50 pace, 50-51 pace so far. It will be easier to tell after HMC. I'm not too familiar with Summon's Land times. Yeah, we'll see after HMC.
And Tama going to be finishing up here with the standard Chill with the Bully finish. To answer a little question in the chat, BLJs are banned in 70 star because the reason that they are banned is that allowing BLJs would allow you to finish the game with fewer than 70 stars. It's actually just that simple. If there were any other trick that would allow you to finish the game with fewer than 70 stars, the 70-star category rules would change, and that trick would be banned as well.
Exactly, and also just skipping every other like big star door, you're not allowed to. Like mid step is also banned as well, because you can skip the 30 star door with it. I think that's always overlooked. People always only focus on BLJ, but it's just, you can always just remember that you're not allowed to skip anything major, which is the star doors. Like any percent no major skips is what I like to call it, or what everyone likes to call it, not just me.
Yeah. And yeah, and of course the follow-up question is like, why not just ban the skips? Why not just ban, like, why not just require 70 stars? And those are all kind of like more weird polemic questions where it's like, it just is kind of how it is. We like how that we like the category, like just kind of not having to.
I was about to say, like, speaking from a player standpoint, it's so much fun to have a category where you don't have to BLJ.
Yeah, it's also the closest you have to a glitchless category, right? And it's also like, we understand why there's no glitchless category, but it's like any percent no major glitches kind of seems better than any percent no major skip. Well, actually, exactly. No major skips personally, like, I kind of like, because like you could do cutesy things like the HMC BLJ, but it's also like you said, it's nice to have a category without BLJs because it's such a weird and taxing trick. So to have an entire category without it is nice.
Exactly. You can just, I don't know, there are a lot of other categories with BLJs, and funnily enough, I don't run any of those. I wonder why. But yeah, I like this category how it is. Yeah, maybe at some point there might be a change, who knows. But for now, you need 70 stars at the end to get up the endless stairs. That's when they're not endless anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much the goal of the category.
For sure.
You can get up those stairs without a glitch.
And it's certainly not the first time that a speedrun community, it's far from the first time a speedrun community specifically banned a certain glitch just because, you know, A, it allows us to skip parts of the game, and B, it's just nice to have a category without it. It's the same with debug menus and that sort of stuff, no source requirement runs and that kind of thing.
Pretty much. And yeah, we do see JJ still on that 50 pace. I always like to think that a good TP from HMC is around like 9 minutes. So adding 9 minutes to JJ's time would be around like mid 50 for him. High 50, or maybe even a low 50 for JJ. Speaking of everything going right in Tippy, which might not be the case.
JJ gonna be taking a clean little attempt, going for the 3 jump pole grab.
Ooh, that's looking really good. And that's a good start to Tippy. You want to make
very good start to Tippy.
Always want to nail that lucky to bounce.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's like a, at least for me personally, there's a massive mentality shift between if I'm starting off Tippy with a successful lucky 2 bounce, holy cow, that makes everything about that Tippy so much cleaner, easier. At least mentally speaking, like the fortitude required to continue running is so much less.
I 100% agree. That's always, it feels like the weight is just lifted off your shoulders after you nail lucky to bounce pretty much. Like all the nervousness is, not all of it, but a lot of it is just kind of gone.
True,
helps so much.
Tama going for a super short left side tricky triangles, makes it. Highly optimized movement there.
Even the speed kick. And the swinging no breeze coming out from JJ. Doing the slightly older version. Looking good though. Very clean.
True. Tama meanwhile going here for these red coins.
Ooh, getting the double jump. Oh, that's a nice backup.
Oh,
that
but a
gets a
bad
firstie.
frame.
I'm just gonna try it again. That was unfortunate though. Ooh, JJ actually going for right side tricky triangles. Alright. So a little bit of a strat difference here. Tama definitely saving time over JJ there. But Tama's red coins are a lot worse than JJ's.
Indeed. Tama with fantastic tricky triangles movement, saving a little time over his opponent, but losing even more on those red coins. JJ gonna be headed here straight into TTC for the 63rd through 69 stars.
Not starting out with TTC 100. JJ has the most interesting stars I've ever seen. Like JJ, I go by what I think I would mess up the most. That's where I want to get out of the way first. So maybe this is the kind of star for JJ that makes him lose a lot of time most of the time. Who knows?
Certainly. Meanwhile, Tama picking up that swinging in. They should rename it to swinging in Febreze because it was a clean pickup of that star. Tama gonna be headed here into TikTok clock to join his opponent.
This is still a super close race.
True.
Both had a pretty decent run, right? Like a good start to Tippy, not too big of time loss. And ooh, that's not gonna work for Tama. He's gonna fall down even more. That was a weird angle trying to go up these platforms after the wall kick. JJ, no problem on that first TTC moving star.
Tama gets a little zap from the amp, losing some time to his opponent on... Oh wait, actually, we aren't quite there yet. Commentator jumping the gun, claiming that Tama has lost time to JJ. Serves me right for reading ahead in the script.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to say. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if he's still behind. Honestly, he's still behind. he might have lost some time to JJ, but JJ just now starts up off his TTC 100. Already having, goes for the safety red actually. But yeah, already having a much cleaner beginning. But that's not clean.
Yes, indeed. JJ lands on a distinct lack of platform and winds up falling to his death. Gonna be a bit of a time loss.
Ooh, and I was struggling.
Oh no,
don't fall down again, the Tony Hawk. Ryan coming out. Yeah, I can see that. That happened to me in a race as well, and sometimes you just can't get those two wall kicks really fast. And now it looks like Tama might be just back, but also fell down. Oh my god, that's safe! He got the wall kick, got the ledge grab, did not die.
Tama, can you chill? Commentator heart racing. Both commentators' hearts racing.
This is actually heating up a lot. Like there's so much happening now. Tama holding neutral on the control stick and takes a bonk, almost falling off, dude.
And the world record officially dead for both players.
It might be, yeah. It might be, yeah. Oh, already 5 seconds behind, but it might be dead.
Although with JJ's time travel skills.
No, not Tama. JJ also grabbing the ceiling, dude. This is actually like I'm pretty sure Tama's back now. Like, there's no way he's not ahead.
Yeah, JJ demonstrating an acumen for jumping onto places where there is actually nothing there.
Oh my god, that hurts so much. He got invisible and then invisible ceiling as well. Can he get one? Like,
does not like his angle.
Good thing he didn't like it, because otherwise he would have fallen down again. Finally getting and Tama not racing. He's already got get hand as a backup. Okay. There's so much going on right now, but he managed to make that work quite nicely.
Rolls into the cage.
Okay, this is an interesting race.
This is an eventful race. Indeed,
definitely.
To say the least.
Actually, it looks like after like Tama's small mistakes, JJ is still in the lead. He's gonna grab like the last TTC moving, and both have reds left after Tama finished up this one.
Yeah, I think part of it was that Tama did the TTC moving stars first, and JJ opened with time jumps on moving bars, which I believe is the longest single star, aside from maybe red.
Yeah, even reds is a little bit faster.
Okay.
So yeah.
And regardless,
getting
neither
the
were.
entrance as well, hugging the wall. So wow, I didn't think that JJ would still be ahead after everything that happened. But I guess there's a falls that Tama had where he didn't die, but he did fall down as well. Just set him back too. Otherwise, he would have been easily ahead.
Tama picks up the triple jump. Nice clean reds. Did need it, but he is very much within breathing distance of JJ. A couple key mistakes are all he needs to get back in this race. And even if he doesn't make it, still as many as 30 points up for the taking.
This is so close. Into bits. This what a tippy.
What a tippy.
So consistent before tippy, and even remember right, they were going very strong, but TTC just taking all the time. When JJ deciding to go for a very nice and safe triple jump, gets amped, but looking good.
Wow, disgraceful. JJ not even going for mana mode here.
I can't believe it, but Tama... Oh, that was a quick triple jump.
Tama goes for diagonal triple jump dive.
But also no mana mode. And JJ lining up for that. Okay, got it. Left side standing.
Yeah. Not going to be surprised to see Tama do moving wall kick. Looks like moving left side from him.
So, one throw. That should be it.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, looks like JJ is going to be able... He is going to have that throw, though. So, does have that buffer. Because Tama having a little trouble on these Ferris wheels.
Yeah, adventurous elevators for Tama there. Oh, and the bonk as well. JJ already nailed that first throw. But there's the miss. He should still be ahead, though.
Yeah, he should still be ahead.
That's where it might start. And
oh no!
Another miss. Oh my god.
Okay, that's
Tama
not...
as well. Missing the first throw.
That is not fair, because that throw from Tama, that worked for you 3 days ago, so I'm not sure what's going on here.
It did. Like, mine would just like that. JJ getting bopped. Tama. Okay, there it is.
Okay, and JJ
not missing anymore. Got it. I actually
that
thought
was
that
a spicy
maybe,
endgame.
Yeah, maybe Tama would still come back, but GG to JJ. Wow. Holding on, like, after everything that happened in TTC, as well as missing these throws, still getting it.
And Tama looks like he's going to be getting 29 points and not the full 30. Oh, so exactly 10 seconds. Exactly 10 seconds. Actually, we might have to do a retime to see if Tama gets that 30th point. Because if Tama finished within 10 seconds, he does get it. If he finishes more than 10 seconds, he will get 29. And that 1 point could make all the difference.
So yeah, it was just that one throw that Tama missed. It could have been his win. Wow.
Indeed. Wow is correct.
Correct reaction to this race.
Congratulations to JJ Speedruns Live. This was, of course, a pre-recorded race that we brought to you live, so we will not be having interviews. But yes, indeed, congratulations to Tama as well for locking in those 29 points.
And that is for this race, but the fun never stops. We're gonna have Super Viper versus Guy Knight next. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for co-coming with me, Shantastic. It was very fun.
Pleasure was all mine, D.
And I will be back, joined by Electric, so see you in a bit.
Alright, peace out.